Good morning all, welcome to my video log. This is just a quick catch up on what's been going on over the last few days and why I haven't managed to post any art videos. This is because on Friday I had a women in business meeting in Scarborough, which is a new group that I'm part of, where we inspire other women with our stories, our achievements and kind of things like that. And 3:15 my phone went, "Grandma, can we come to yours?" So I've had my two twin granddaughters since Friday until last night, which is absolutely wonderful. So Friday evening, it was really windy. We had the storm Eunice, I think, and we went to keep a friend of mine company who has a yacht in Whitby Harbour. So the twins and I just went, just for an hour, just for a couple of hours. And Grandma had one too many gins. So in the morning I was really sick and had a hangover subsequently for the whole day. So yeah, not a good start to the weekend. And then Saturday night, I was just recovering. I just had a nap on the sofa after a huge meal of practically everything I could find in the house, because my twins can eat England. I was just coming round from an afternoon nap on the sofa. My friend rings. She's like, "Hi, Susanna." She says, "You are coming, aren't you?" I went, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow, because we'd booked to go and see an ABBA tribute band. No, she said, "It's tonight." I was like, 6 o'clock. What time are we meeting? 7:15. Right, okay, I'll be there. So there. Went to the ABBA tribute concert. I had a fabulous night. It was really good. So that was that. So Sunday, it kind of still felt a bit yucky. Watched basically a lovely programme called Resin, which is a new series on Netflix. It was absolutely wonderful. So the kids loved that. So in between doing lots and lots of painting, that was that. Absolutely great stuff. And yesterday I had my craft group meeting, which I host here every fortnight. Still had the twins. We baked a cake first thing in the morning in preparation. And then in the afternoon we kind of did some deep cleaning here and dusted off the... I've been here 15 years and some of the curtains were just made up with dust that you can't see unless you can only see it in a certain light, because there's drapes and it was just made up with dust. And moreover, when I looked, it was full of bird poo, because they used to keep budgies and they used to like to sit on the pelmets in the lounge. And they just used to sit up there and poo. So that was a big cleaning up job to do. And then last night, oh my God, I ended up going to Zumba. Now I used to do aerobics a long time ago, but Zumba is a completely different matter. So I'm actually feeling fighting fit and moving today. My body feels alive, and that's a great thing. So that's obviously the advantage of Zumba, which is really fast, but it's basically dancing and gets your adrenaline going, gets your muscles loosened up, etc. So now it's Monday morning, it's 10 to 9. I might do a quick burst in the studio. I've got lots of things to catch up on, and yeah, it's all good though. Amazing things. So who am I? I'm Sherry. What do I want to be? I want to be a creator. I want to inspire people. I want to make them happy with beautiful pieces of art. And that's me. That's what I want to do. So, oh, one more thing. I did want to mention this. I had a friend asking me the other day if I could help her with some styling. I'm no style guru. I like what I like and I dress to please myself. But today's ensemble, I have got aubergine leggings on, thermal leggings. I've got caterpillar boots on. I've got an old wool dress that I found with a thermal vest on that comes down to here. these new scarves that I got, which is the nearest thing I could get to aubergine. It's really frustrating these days when you can't get the right shade of tights, you can't get the right shade of accessories, and you can't get the right shade of glasses. I'm working on getting some really stylish glasses because these are just way too big for my face, look. But I want some really nice ornate ones. However, they just don't do them to the right specifications. I need a 1.25 and a 2.75. So if you know where you can get glasses from, I'm obviously going to Specsavers, but I'm not due for my prescription yet. I think that's in a couple of months. So in the meantime, I'd still like some nice glasses, because if I have to wear them every day, I'm going to make them into a fashion accessory. Life is for living. So that's it from me for this second. Good morning and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be putting some resin top coating on some of my pieces. So this is a 2-to-1 resin, suitable for shallow casting. Well, I'm actually doming with this, I'm finishing off, so it'll be interesting to see if it works. So 2 parts A, 1 part B. Oh gosh. Okay, echo. Set a timer for 3 minutes. This is the recommended mixing time for resins. So I have to make sure that I mix thoroughly for 3 minutes. Echo stop. So that's my 3 minutes. Now I'm going to prepare. So I'm using these little silicone cupcake things to keep my pieces off the deck, because I don't want big blobs of resin stuck underneath my coasters. Now some of these have had a small coating of varnish, so I want to see what happens if I put a resin coat on the top. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. That's my resin. I'm going to start with this one because I really like this one. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of resin in. Pour a little bit on each one and see how far my resin goes. Because then if there's any problems, I can go over it with yet another coat afterwards. Oh, it's definitely self-leveled. I don't know if you can see that, but definitely self-leveled. Now the resin is spreading out by itself. The bits that I've left on, it's actually spreading itself out nicely. It might be that I could have got away with putting a bit more on. It really brings out the effects in the resin like you wouldn't believe. It suddenly brings them alive, makes them 3-dimensional. Like you can see the difference where the resin is and where it isn't. And what this does is protects underneath. It will stand lots and lots of wiping. Oh, I'm quite pleased with that so far. It's levelling beautifully. If I haven't got the ratios right with my resin, what you know what's going to happen, don't you? These will all be ruined. Better not be. So I'm just going to say a special shout out today to my friend Jan, who should be recovering at home from an operation. We love you to bits, Jan. Thinking about you all the time, and I'm sending you hugs, well wishes and healing vibes. And also to a new friend of mine that I met called Caroline. She's suffering a lot, in a lot of pain. Oh, it must be terrible living day in, day out in absolute agony. But Caroline, do you know what? Tomorrow's another day. Get up, get your perfume on, put some good music on. Try not to focus on the pain. That's my little bit of advice there. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on something else and you'll find you'll be able to get through your days quicker, better, easier. She's 74. So that's a special mention for her. I'd also like to say a thank you to Val for those lovely hand-knitted face pads. They're amazing. I haven't used them yet, but tonight's the night I will be using one. So thank you for that. And I'd also like to thank my Auntie Gwen. Feedback came back via the Jungle Drums Auntie Gwen that my videos were a bit, they're not polished yet. Of course they're not. It's only, goodness me, it's early days. But yeah, I take on board what you said and I tried to get everything in one place so that I'm not, you know, so that everything's prepared. So eventually we'll be professional at it. But just for now, they're more fun than serious, you know. Oh, I do like that design. I think purple and yellow goes lovely together. Just a random design, and that, oh, that's lovely. There's a set of 4 coasters in these. For my liking on this one, there's a little bit too much black, but it's still got things going for it. It's canny. Whew. Can I have a quick cup of tea without getting resin on my cup? Probably not. Okay, I've got just a few more to go. Oh, I just love the dual colours under that resin. It's just amazing. If I can get away with it, what I might try and do is, if they're going to be ruined anyway, not saying they will, but they might be, then I've got nothing to lose but just put another coat of resin on. I like that one as well. That's cute as. We little lovebirds. I've always liked birds. If I'm going to be here much longer, I'm going to get a little aviary. Once the bird flu thing's gone. And that's really pretty as well. I do like that one. So I'm spreading it out with the latex gloves on because it doesn't leave any lines. I've tried brushes, I've tried spatulas, I've tried all sorts. These really are pretty good because I can spread it out as if I would my finger. I do tend to get my fingers in a lot. But I wouldn't with the resin because it actually can burn you. Because as it's setting, it reaches a very high temperature. It cooks almost like a cake, really, I guess. Speaking of cake, Val, that banana bread was lovely. How on earth do you get it so moist? You've got about a 20-minute working time with resin, so I'm going to get as many done as I can with what's left. I don't want to waste it. Woo! When I've got my resin on there, I'm going to check and possibly try and get a little bit more on. I just want to get a base coat down on these. Then I'll check. They're actually even more vibrant now, aren't they? They're so, it sort of brings them alive. It's incredible, really. Better than varnish can. I have varnished them 6 coats. I've tried the varnish. I tried applying it in a sponge wrapped in tights. I've tried in a sponge wrapped in a t-shirt. But I still can't get enough layers. I have got some more products coming actually to do this with. So they've had basically maybe a coat of varnish, and then they've been left to cure for at least a week. I'm going to put that one on the deck. And this lovely one. Definitely need something to sit on, don't you? I want that butterfly to be trapped there. Oh, it's levelling really well actually. I'm surprised. Much better than some of the other products that I've used. Let's try and squeeze this one here. Wow, I'm running out of space on my table now. Because I've still got a couple of nice ones to do, and that in particular I want to do. I have got a latex spatula. I don't know whether that'll do any better at spreading it. I've tried about 3 different products on this, so if this doesn't work, I've not lost anything because they weren't much good anyway. They were, I was testing out different varnishes and different finishes and didn't like the finish. It wasn't glossy enough. Fingers crossed this one will be. Right, so that's a base coat on all of them. Now let's have a look. How's that drying? Is it leaving any blank spots? Do they need more on? Do they need heating? Oh, do you know what? They're not looking bad at all. I'm going to have to do each one I'm just going to go over each one again and make sure that resin is properly distributed and there's no spots that I've missed. I don't mind putting another coat on, but I hate it when they've got like dimples in them. Oh gosh. I'm just hoping you can see them. So I've got quite a lot left. I have still got things to resin. Is it worth, if this stuff self-levels, I've got nothing to lose by adding more on and letting it level. So that's what I'm going to do. It says self-leveling. Here we go then, level that. I'm working as quick as I can now because I'm aware that the resin is probably going to start to seize up. And that my working time's nearly finished. So and I'm going to just go over them quickly with some gentle heat because that will remove any air bubbles that I might have. And there's always something that you've forgotten about. And then I'm going to go over them one last time. And then I'm going to pray to the gods of art. For a wonderful outcome. And then I'm going to drink my tea, which is probably freezing by now. I haven't touched them on my cardigan and I can see that that's dimpling already. Let's have a look. I haven't got my studio light on. That hasn't spread. Why haven't you spread? You're going to anyway. You won't be defeated. I've taped all the back of this one on. I did like this, so pretty. Self-leveling. Right, we need a method now. Yeah, it's definitely getting stickier now, this resin, so I've got to work really, really quickly. Pronto, pronto, curry, curry. Rapido. It was, you know, I just wanted to tell you about that Resin Dion on Netflix. It was really good. The twins absolutely loved it. It was about this little boy who and his mum. His mum was a single parent raising this little boy, and he developed superhero powers. The twins were just loved it. My twin granddaughters are 11 in April. Phoebe and Mia have been my little soldiers this weekend. We've done all sorts together. They've had me baking cakes, pancakes. Goodness me, I've never known kids that can eat so much, but boy, do they go for it. They eat me out of house and home. I love them to bits, they're wonderful. They must be on a growing spurt at the moment. They're still at that age where they're sweet and they want to spend time with you and they want to know what you're doing and what's this and what's that and why. And wait, Grandma, we need to go shopping, you've got no food in. Right, okay. And can we get this and can we get that? Okay. Well, we're on it, guys, we're on it. I think we might be nearly mission accomplished. And then I'll give them a little bit of heat. And we'll hope for the best. We'll pray to the gods of art to give them a beautiful outcome. Come on, guys. You know you want to. So I sacked my estate agents yesterday. I don't think they've done a right good job of marketing or promoting the fact that my beautiful house is up for sale. I think I've had 4 viewings since October, which, considering this is Whitby and it's highly popular and this is a stunning Edwardian villa, it just strikes me as a bit, what's going on. So when I checked on them, in fact, a friend of mine, Val, thank you Val for the heads up, told me, oh well, it's still listed on Rightmove, you know, as being up for auction. So I rang the estate agent and said, why is my property still up for auction? Oh, I'll change it. 3 hours later, it was still up for auction. So I basically sent an email saying, take my property off the market with immediate effect. I've had it long enough now, and I don't think they're particularly competent. So in my book, when you're selling something that's as lovely as this, it needs some special skills, and they clearly weren't up to the job. Right, some of these are actually, can see that the resin is separating. Now that might be because I didn't wipe them over with rubbing alcohol first to remove any grease. It might be that my studio is not yet warm enough. Resin likes an ambient temperature, quite a warm temperature, in order to make it, to help it go off. It doesn't like cold, it needs to be warm. So I have a little cabinet that I've prepared with a little greenhouse lamp in it, a greenhouse heater. So I will be moving all these off here and into that cabinet so that they can stay nice and toasty. It's a bit like incubating bird eggs. They have to be kept warm. And then on the next coat of resin, if they need another coat, what I'll do is I'll probably put a tiny amount of some glitter. For a couple of reasons really. One, the glitter will detract from there's slight imperfections in these. There's slight imperfections, for example, air bubbles that are in the paint, and they might have left a tiny little pit. I don't mind them. Probably nobody else is going to mind them, but I do like to present my artwork as to the absolute best that I can. So sometimes a tiny little sparkle. Right, I'm going to take my gloves off now. Oh, quick check. Did I do that one, guys? Can you remember? Did that one get done? Right, okay, he's as good as he's going to get. So I'm taking these gloves off now. They're absolutely caked in resin. And I won't be touching. Oh, it's gone through my glove. That's okay, I've got some baby wipes. and they'll go straight in my bin. Trying to keep my hair well out of the way, because if it sticks to the resin, that's it. There'll be horrible consequences for my hair and for my piece that I've done. So, where's my hate torch? Has it got any gas in it? Probably not. That's it. I don't want to get too close because it's quite deadly, this stuff. That is doing two things. I'm hoping it's helping it level. And it's going to remove any air bubbles. I'm going to